This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium 2016 in Vancouver. I'm with Brooke Macdonald, Cornerstone Capital Resources Inc. It's a publicly traded company, and the symbol is CGP on the TSX-V and CTNXF in the U.S. Welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you for having me on, Shelley.
It's good to have you. So let's get started with an overview of the company. Please tell our audience a little bit.
Cornerstone is a prospect generator focusing on gold and copper, primarily in Ecuador. We have made a world-class gold-enriched copper discovery, porphyry deposit in northwest Ecuador called Cascabel. We have a 15% interest carried through to completion of a bankable feasibility study. Cascabel has had about 18 drill holes in it. 5 of them have returned assays of over 1% copper equivalent. For every hole, there's approximately 60% copper value and 40% gold value. Another 5 holes have returned over half a kilometer of over 1% copper equivalent. Just about every geologist that has walked this property has told me they believe that eventually this may end up being one of the top 15 to 20 gold-enriched copper porphyries in the world. There's great infrastructure. There's a 2-lane highway that drives right up to the property. You can drive up from Quito in 3.5 hours in the morning, be back the same evening if you had to. There's a rail line that crosses the property. Mining taxation has come down in Ecuador. The government 2 years ago hired the international consulting company Wood Mackenzie. They completely revamped the mining taxation regime, and now they've compared Ecuador against a comparator group of 5 countries, Mexico, Chile, Peru, Colombia, and Brazil, and in all modeling scenarios of copper and gold mines they did, and under all metrics by revenue, government tax take, etc., Ecuador now comes out slightly above the average in all those cases.
So let's talk about Ecuador specifically right now, and what stage is the company at on the properties?
Okay. Ecuador is the last truly undiscovered portion of the Andes. Most people that follow the mining business know that there are a string of large both copper and gold deposits all up and down the Andes, beginning mainly in Panama and going all the way down through Chile. Ecuador was closed off for mining for a number of years. They now have a brand new mining law, new mining regulations, new mining tax regime. You have a couple of flagship projects being built there. One is the Mirador Copper Project, which is a multi-billion-dollar capital cost project being built by 2 large Chinese firms, and the Fruta del Norte 6 million ounce gold deposit that's being built by Lundin Gold.
What brought you to Ecuador?
Actually, I first visited Ecuador as a young man when I was 22 during an election campaign, and I traveled around Ecuador at 22 in 1978. It's a fantastic country. What caught our idea, what attracted the company to Ecuador, the company has been in Ecuador since 2006. And we have been there the whole time. We have a proprietary database of properties, as well as 2 100% owned properties, and one that we have the right to earn 100%, all of which are drill ready, and we're looking for partners.
2016, near the end, 2017, if you had to pick a milestone that you'd like to achieve, or 2, or even 3, what would they be for the company?
I'd like to see our joint venture partner at Cascabel, which is Brisbane, Australia, Sal Gold PLC. They're listed on AIM, and they have 85% of the project. They're funding 100% of the work. I'd like to see them continue the drilling, complete the maiden inferred resource that they've been announcing that they would be doing, and eventually I'd like to see Cascabel attract the interest of a major mining company, and I think it's only a matter of time before it does.
So tell me about the rest of your management team, geos, etc.
Sure. Our Vice President Exploration, Yvan Crepeau, is a Quebecer. He spent, prior to working with us since 2006, when we hired him and moved him to Ecuador, he spent about 20 years before that working in Peru and in Chile, speaks fluent Spanish, and worked for Cambior previously. He knows the rocks. He knows the local geologists. We have two senior geologists working with us in Ecuador, Luis Munoz and Osman Poma, very experienced local Ecuadorian geologists.
What's the political climate?
Ecuador is a stable country. It has uses the U.S. dollar. There are no exchange controls, no price controls. They produce about 500,000 barrels of oil a day. The oil price has been cut, and so they're likely to have to make some cuts in their budget. But the president is a champion of large-scale mining. He has been reported to tell opponents of mining that they should realize that the country needs to diversify its economy away from oil.
Let's give your website out for more information, if you would.
www.cornerstoneresources.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brooke Macdonald, Cornerstone Capital Resources Inc. It's a publicly traded company. I'm going to give you two symbols, CGP on the TSX Venture and CTNXF in the U.S. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium 2016 here in Vancouver. Brooke, I want to thank you.
Thank you very much.